Hello and welcome to Society Sunlit Valley mod pack. I'm Amnesia and I'm going to take you on a journey. So for those unfamiliar with this mod pack, it's essentially Minecraft meets Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon. You are put into a world and there are some changes, like there's no hostile mobs at night and you can't break grass to get wheat seeds. But you can collect crops, you can make artisan goods, you can fish, you can go adventuring, and you sell whatever you have for profit to build and create your homestead and farmstead. And yeah, it's pretty cozy. I've had a blast playing this, and I hope to get into the series. So on with the show. I'm going to create a new world called Amnesia's Let's Play series. I have two single player worlds at the moment and one multiplayer world, which I'll showcase later in the series when I sort of get around to doing that. But for now, we're just going to dive in. I've put on allow cheats on, but I'm not going to cheat in this game. It's just for debugging in case there's a problem with the version that I'm on. And everything else, bonus chests we could, just to see what we have, but I'm not going to really rely on it too much. And yeah, let's get into the show. Well, looks like we spawned in a fairly unfortunate spot. It does look like we're on some sort of peninsula or island. We get given a quest book at the beginning, and for those who are interested in what the bonus chest has, we'll have a look. It has some apples, which we might take, some bread, some sticks, some oak planks, some wooden pegs, and yeah. But I think we'll leave them in there. So it's interesting in this mod pack that the way you progress with your wooden tools is you've got to upgrade them to stone tools, and there's a way of doing that. So normally you do 2 sticks and cobblestones, but in this mod pack you have to go put a brass coin in, a wooden pickaxe, and any stone material into a smithing table to produce a stone pickaxe. And there's also upgrades that you need to use for the blacksmith, but we'll get into that a bit later. For now, we're just going to explore, going to let the world generate a bit. So here we are, and I'm not going to settle just where I started, but as you can see, we have salmonberry, we have some new crops, and yeah, so already we've got 1 achievement, and we're just going to chop down some trees in traditional Minecraft tradition. It has HT's tree chops, so 6 chops will produce 6 oak logs. In later episodes, I'll be doing more editing, cutting out the grinding aspects of the game, so I think it'd be boring to watch excessive terraforming or long mining trips. I'll try and edit those down if possible. This one's 27 logs, so that's great. So we're going to have a look into the quest book, and I can show you just kind of like you get your basic, I guess you could say, your basic items at the beginning. Yep, shipping currency, many recipes are modified, require currency. Yep, I'm not gonna spend too much time. Multiplayer servers is important. Yep, yep. Collect those rewards a bit later. Sure. But first of all, with any adventure, we start off with a crafting table and we get given cheese sandwich. Lovely. So the recipe is the same as usual. We're just going to do some planks. Here's a crafting table, job done. Now we're also going to put a crafting stick. Put that there. And what this essentially does, it means that you can just travel around the world, right click, and you have a crafting table. And you can equip it onto here somewhere, crafting on a stick. I'll do that bit later, but for now I'm just going to go exploring. Don't need that. There's a lot of unique recipes in this game, and the more you combine ingredients and the more you say you wanted to go fishing and you smoke fish, it'll be worth 4 times as much. But in order to do that, you need to progress in your farmstead and making money. Now, pumpkins are an early source of money. So what I'll be doing is I'll be chopping some pumpkins. And you can see it has a value. And if you hold shift, it would tell you the value of a stack. Now, it's really good pumpkins, especially in the early game when you're just starting out. And we have seasons in this game. It would tell you when you get the calendar, which is a quest reward, which day of seasons it is. And you can get early spring, mid-spring, late spring, early summer, midsummer, late summer, and depending on the time that you grow your plants is whether crops will be fertile or not. And it's important to plan ahead in this game. So when you do your farm, you could plan ahead. So already we've got quite a bit of money there. So what does the quest book want us to do? We'll take cheese sandwich. We'll take the brass coin and the smithing table. I'm going to quickly find some cobblestone somewhere. Yeah, there's some cobblestone over there. Now, depending on the biome, there's either biomes which doesn't have spring, summer, autumn, and winter, but rather a dry season and a wet season, and they tend to be like more tropical. And you get different kinds of fish depending when you fish and where you fish. So it could be rivers or oceans, you get different, and depending on the season, you get different sorts of fish. There is a skill tree, which is self-explanatory. As you experience and level up, you get different rewards, but it does make you go through a certain path. But you can go back a bit with I believe it's called. I forgot what it's called, but there's items in this game where you could reallocate your skill points if necessary. So that's the fishing. That's a good one. +1 fish when you're caught using any rod. And you get skill books in this game. And that can give you some XP. So just to demonstrate, I'm going to upgrade my pickaxe, like so. Put a brass coin in. There, we've got a stone tool pickaxe. And that's my only brass coin at the moment. But just so you know, we have no durability on our tools. And gold tools are better than iron tools in this mod pack, which isn't in vanilla Minecraft. I might edit some of this down. So we're just going to go exploring, collecting what we can. We want to build a shipping container, which is the way we make money. So basic shipping bin, every 6 a.m. the value is listed inside, and that's gets sold, and that's a wooden chest and trapdoor. So we're going to do that. Wooden chest, trapdoor. So how this works is you just put the items in there like so, and then when it gets to about 6 a.m. everything is sold. So for now we're just going to try and make as much money as possible. We might not settle in this spot, but yeah, as you can see, a stack of sandberry is 12.80, and you get different coins. So I'll just show you the coins. So you get a copper coin, which is a stack of 64 will make one zinc coin. A stack of 64 will make an iron coin. I believe that's how it works. A brass coin, a gold coin, and lastly an iridium coin. But you can get more advanced coins after, like Neptunian coins, so forth. So it's getting dark, but no worries, there's not going to be any hostile mobs. So we're going to look to see what else the quest book will make. So we get tomato seeds off the bat. Just so you can have a read. You don't want to lose your life because you lose durability on your own tools. But this only applies to equipment in your hotbar and armor. So yeah, we'll just do that. Now it wants us to make a wooden hoe, and that'll give us a copper watering can, which is what you use to essentially water your plants. And it doesn't have to be by a water source either. So let's do that, shall we? There we go. So we have a watering can. So like I said before, doing this doesn't really drop anything, but it makes space for clearing. So I'm going to see what's in this village. If I can get around to it. Let's see how deep this cavern is. Ooh, spooky. Oh yeah, you can also brew alcohol in this game, which is kind of cool. But that's more like a mid-game. We won't be able to do that just straight away. You also get a traveling wine merchant as well, who sells you various grape varieties, which is cool. I'm just looking for loot chests. You can find these, and they do sell for some coin. Obsidian, nice. And we've got iron legs. And we've got an iron pickaxe. That's great. Don't really need our stone pickaxe. Look at that. Voila. Now, there's no ultimate mining tool, but I think that will break immersion in this mod pack. As you can see, I'm just getting some hay bundles, and they're worth quite a bit. See? Wow. There's a lot of cows here. Now, these wild emmer plants, they will drop wheat seeds, and you can actually buy seeds in this game through the marketplace, but you won't be able to get all the seeds in the game. Some of them you have to do questing for, or adventuring. You know the drill. So, hello. So as you can see, just an example, um, this storage smith has various other things that could help you with your storage needs later on in the game. I don't think I need any of this stuff, but I'm just showing you how it can work. And don't worry, you can spawn villages quite easily if you don't want to settle near a village or you don't find a village. That's absolutely fine. What's in here? There's a bit of messed up generation there, but never mind. And here we have slime mobs, which you can use to tame. So this one's a slimy slime. I'm going to leave it alone for now, yeah. I'm going to take wild lettuce. It's going to drop some wild lettuce seeds, which would help us to our first crop plant. You can get adventuring XP with the slimes as well, and you can get pretty advanced into it. And I can't remember where I put my shipping bin. You get different item qualities depending on your chances and use of fertilizers. So as you can see, lettuce plant in spring, which is where we are. We're going to throw in some grapes there. We're going to also... That's a lot of coins. But we're also just going to wait a bit. Just gather up what we can. I'll just demonstrate like so. You don't need a water in the middle, but ideally for your first farms, you want an iron sprinkler. And you can get an iron sprinkler with the following recipe. You can buy copper and iron in this game from the blacksmith, which is from the blacksmith villager. And yeah, so if you don't like mining, that's always an option. Yep. You can combine them to make whatever it is, or just withdraw them from the bank. So as you can see, you do this like for a while, but to save time, you really want to have iron sprinklers, and you can upgrade them so their radius is a lot more further. But mostly iron sprinklers are fine. What I like to do is, never mind that, is just to decorate. I'm going to take my time with this mod pack. So just have it in a whatever it is, a grid as such, and that should do nicely. So we're going to see what we have here. 10,860 worth of goods sold, and we now have all this stuff. That's awesome. Now my inventory is getting kind of full, but never mind. I'm going to keep exploring, so I'm just going to make a little cut here. Oh, just an example of a wanderer trader who just randomly appears sometimes, and you could get all sorts of delicious things from him. Prize tickets using a slot machine if you want to do that. Slime tickets. Various saplings as well. Yeah. So we found what looks like a wizard's tower here, and a nice little duck. You get all sorts of animals in this game. Some mythical, some obviously recognizable like turkeys. So we're just going to find the entrance to here, wherever it may be. There we go. And we're going to see what's in it. So it looks kind of spooky. Six loot chests. Yep, we're going to take that. And we'll come back for most of the things. Press K to open your skill tree. So what this does is right click to gain farming experience. So as you can see, our farming experience is nothing at the moment. We right click, we gain a skill point, and we get 1 axe efficiency. Great. I'll come back for these a bit later. And it's a little parkour challenge. Actually, I'll tell you what would be easier, just doing this. So we get unbreaking, mending, that's awesome. And but we don't need that, we don't need this. Let's equip this on. We don't need that anymore. So this looks very cool, doesn't it? Candied animal feed. Interesting. Take some more apples. Let's get some mining XP. 1 pickaxe efficiency. And 1 fortune. That's great. That will double our ore output rather. What else is there? Potatoes. More brass coins. Wheat seeds. Yeah, we can take them. Don't need dirt. Just take that. Got another skill point for farming. 1 shell efficiency. Awesome. Some more brass coins. And emeralds, which would sell. A bit short for space at the moment. You can get a backpack in this game, which is from the villager traders. Looting range damage. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think that's it really. I'm gonna make a cut. Now whilst I'm acknowledging that I've only have 5 minutes left because I want to get videos to half an hour long, I'm just going to have a look at the quest book for you. And off camera I'll be doing some pumpkin mining because there's loads of pumpkins in this pumpkin valley. So to get to the quest book, you can just press the tilde key in the top left, or just underneath the S key, and there is a lot of quests. So this is what I was telling you about the market. You craft the market to buy seeds, and it tells you all you need to know really, and that will get me the calendar. So that's how you make it, which is we'll probably do any moment. And yeah, get some more cheese sandwiches. Bone meal doesn't work in this game as it is intended. It's a different way of doing things, and this will give you villager spawn crate, which you can easily make. And yeah, it's a fairly extensive tree, and if you didn't want to necessarily build your own house, you don't like it, you can always do the following. I believe it's down building tools. No, it's not there. There's various other things that you can do to submit whatever it is, and you get rewards for it. I'm just trying to remember where it was. There we go. Yeah, so with the blocks they use, you could find out from here what you can get with the coins that you earn. So you can get a fishing rod through there, and ingots and geoprocessing. Yep. And so forth. This will give you sleeping bags, which you could use if you want to skip the night. What was in particular? Ah, yes. That's for your animal feed, because wheat doesn't work normally in this game. Yeah, it's just repurpose. Librarian sells paper goods and mending books, etc. I think one of them sells a backpack, which you can store a lot more stuff with. There's another tree. If you like to automate and use create, it's doable in this mod pack, etc. Loads of different quests that you can do. There's like all the different sort of slimes that you can have. So to store your money, you can have a bank, which is like an ATM, which is kind of cool. Yeah, on that note, I'm going to make a cut here, but thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and that really helps the channel a lot. Thank you. Bye.